Welcome to the From the 108 podcast, starring the drunk uncles of White Sox Twitter. He's a Twitter-like whore, an Instagram thirst trap, and your grandma's guilty pleasure, Beef Loaf. A West Coast attitude in a decidedly Midwest body, My Sock Summer. And your host, he's sharing obscure music thoughts to give you time to hit the bathroom, Cherezy E.
Thank you, Cornsey. Welcome to the From the 108 podcast. Get ready for some baseball, beer, and bullshit. And remember the drinking rules. If Beef Loaf says allegedly or talks about his side project, the Au Jus, you drink. If My Sock Summer mentions his time on the West Coast or doesn't know a player, you drink. If I swear or say, here's the thing, you drink. Beef. All right. One sound effect per thing.
I didn't touch it. That was not me. I did not touch any of that
You
shit.
shouldn't have shown me those. You should not have shown me those. That was true.
Just awful. Just awful. I'm disappointed in both of you.
I'm so happy.
Also, you can make any of us drink for $5 or for $1, and you can make any of us shut the fuck up for 5 minutes by tipping $5.
Here we go. We're off to a good start.
Oh, okay. I'm done. I'm sorry, Jeff.
You fellas done?
I'm sorry, Jeff.
Do nothing.
All right. Speaking of making people shut the fuck up, you could make My Sock Summer shut up for 5 minutes or talk for 5 minutes by himself. I'm sorry. You can make him talk for 5 minutes by himself for the cost of $20 tonight because I want to make him do it now.
Yes. Yes.
But as we get back to drinking, fellas, I got to ask you, what are you drinking? And I'm going to go to Beef Loaf first.
Oh, baby. It's a special night in the Beef Loaf house. No wine tonight, boys. I made myself a Cosmopolitan. Actually, I made myself many Cosmopolitans, but this is just the first one that I'm having during this show. I'm feeling fancy. I'm 108 chic. I got my little neckband on. I'm ready to go, baby.
I don't know. You look like the Gimp after he got out of the suit. That's what you look like right now. But
it's delicious, friends.
The Cosmo. Let me ask you this though. You said you made a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Are you saying in your lifetime you made a bunch of them, or you have like 5 lined up, or you made a batch of it?
A batch.
You got
so
give me a batch.
We got it nice and cold in here, so in case we need it, we'll line that up later. But I mean, it's if you've never had a Cosmo, I mean, it doesn't look as masculine as you might think my normal drinks look, but it's absolutely delicious. So everyone get in on that.
Well, I mean, it's mostly vodka, so it's not. It's not like.
Yeah,
it's not like there's any anything weak about it. It's a lot of.
Schles Pappy says, had rigatoni in your honor tonight, Beef Loaf. I did too, my friend. Yes. Fuck yes. Rigatoni nice. Baby.
I think I had rigatoni tonight too, but I don't know what all these things are called.
I don't know the shapes.
The shapes. I don't know the shapes.
I think it's elbow macaroni and mac and cheese, Tracy.
Good call. My son's Italian. He could lead you through this journey right here.
Oh, yeah. That's actually the only one he knows, though.
That's true. And that, the Italian classic mac and cheese from Kraft. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorites.
White Sox Style says, when I think masculine drinks, I think Beef Loaf. Everyone does. Everyone thinks masculine drinks.
My Sock Summer, what are you drinking, man?
Oh, so tonight, as I got this over the weekend. I got the Knob Creek, the Single Barrel Select. I got this over at the Mariano's. This is the Bourbon Kiss Bananas Foster. It is 120 proof. So this is going to knock my balls off at some point. So get ready for that.
The ball knocker, really beautiful.
If you are, if you're not a listen to the end kind of person, you might want to tune back in tomorrow to see how this ends because it could end very well. I did not have a taste tonight. This is just my first drink because I thought with the 120, I was like, yeah, I maybe should just stick with that. And just in case, not that I'm going to drink the whole bottle, but if I want to try something different, I got that other Knob Creek single barrel. This one is a Sweet Creek banana pancakes. So we might have to try that one too.
Banana pancakes.
You're in trouble. You're in trouble, man.
Both sound delicious. Both go great on pancakes. So we're gonna. It's gonna be a long weekend in the summer.
My brain cannot now stop thinking of My Sock Summer's balls swinging and knocking into each other like one of those pendulums.
But they're going to come tumbling out at some point. Is what he said. You know, I mean,
they're knocking into each other, about to go rolling on the floor. I'm a little worried. People
in the comments are asking who my favorite from Sex and the City is, and Baloney says my favorite's definitely Samantha. I don't know the names of the characters in Sex and the City, but I know that Sarah Jessica Parker looks like a foot. So that's the only thing I'm positive of.
That's not nice.
I mean, I think obviously Beef, the oldest, horniest one is the one that you're into, which I think that's Samantha.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they chose her. Yeah,
that's what anyone in the comments would say. Let's get some drinks in here.
What are you
real quick? Drink from Brian S. Right, that's the Sarah Jessica Parker right there.
Oh, lovely.
Then we got another one.
Yumper.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
MSS didn't have his baseball, so he had to push buttons to keep the edge off.
No, I actually do have a baseball. Cheers. It's right here.
Yeah, he did.
Baseball.
See, I made the mistake of showing MSS some of the toys that we can use in Streamer, and then he's just like, he has to play with them instantly. Dude. He doesn't wait for a good spot to put him in there. You know?
Long-time Stern fan, want to be Fred Norris. I'm like, hey, here we go, hitting the sound button. Treasy, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking Miller High Life. I was
tall boy.
I went to go meet up with MSS today, but unfortunately we couldn't hang out. And so I was down at Bridgeport, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go over to the Mariano's and I'm gonna get some lunch and I'm gonna get the beer for tonight, whatever I'm gonna drink. And I saw the tall boys there. I was like, oh man, that's the money. That's good. That's old school. I've been drinking this for like 100 years. So like I was
since like 7th grade.
While I was there, I saw our guy Dale. Our guy Dale was in the store too. He was shopping for actual stuff. I had like chicken tenders and a 6-pack of High Life tall boys. So I mean, he's an actual adult as opposed to me. But I do think we're going to meet up at Maria's in the near future. So nice. I'll let you guys know when we're going to go do that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'll go as long as he stays the hell out of my thrift stores. So
that's not going to happen. He actually asked me like which thrift stores you were going to be at today, and I was like, well, I don't think he's going anywhere. He couldn't go anywhere right now. No. And so he was like, I'm heading out to get those good thrifts then, man. Fuck MSIs. And then he kicked a box of cereal. I don't know why, but he did.
This is an anger or more of a celebration?
I think it was just to show me like, this is what I'm going to do to that guy's big fat head. He's like, I'm tired of MSS. Tired of MSS infiltrating my thrift shops. What he said. These are his words, not mine.
HBIC asked, "Is Beef gonna have to take a break to make another drink?" No, I got him in the thermos right here, so we're ready to go with backup Cosmos when we need them. I got the Yeti.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think you should call a thermos a Yeti. I think that's like disrespectful.
Well, that's a Yeti. It's a Yeti thermos.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's
thermos. I think.
Thank you, White Sox L. It is kind of like a choker. I used to wear a choker, but I don't have them anymore because I'm old and fat. So had to get this. This is 108 chic, by the way. So
if Beef put on a choker, man, like after like one meal, we'd have to cut him out of it.
Fuck Ben and Carol. He says, "Oh wow, Beef has a shot collar on, so he doesn't get too."
He does. That's how we have to keep him in line.
You son of a bitch.
Beef. Other than being very strangely dressed, how are you doing tonight?
You know, I'm good. I found out something that really shocked the shit out of me. I want to get your guys' thought on it. I was on a Zoom call the other day at work, and sometimes before Zoom, you talk a little small talk before you actually get into the business. And one of my colleagues was talking about she's reading a book, and it's like I like sit nice and quiet at home reading a book. And I brought up, I listen to books now on Audible. I listen to audiobooks, whatever. And the other 3 people, including my colleague, all were like, they can't stay with audiobooks. They need to look at and read physical books, and they just cannot stand have an audiobook. I thought the whole world had moved over to audiobooks. And am I the only one? You guys, audiobooks or physical books? You got a book in your lap, or you got headphones on that's got a book spinning and you're doing something?
Beef, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I got like 4 books right here, right behind me.
Yeah.
I've never read them. I've listened to them, but I was like, I like this book a lot. I'm going to buy the actual book and keep it here because I like it. It's a decoration more than anything at this point.
It's furniture, basically.
But I love the book. Like, I've listened to the book, like each of those books, like 5 times. And like, I love it. But I don't have time. I don't have time to sit and reading is such a time suck, man.
Yeah, it can be.
Like, I can't drive to work and like have a book, right? You know, like I could listen to a book though. I mean, like that's why I like podcasts. That's why I like books, like audiobooks, because I could be doing all this other stuff while I'm doing it. I could be out for a walk. I could be, you know, doing any of these things.
You could be in the car. You're in the car listening to the audiobook when you're driving somewhere or whatever. You got something going on. It's like it's way more functional and when you got a busy life.
Cheers, Dale. Shout out to Treasy. I too had chicken tenders in my cart, then went and raided the thrift store.
I'm so happy you did that. Fuck MSS.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
MSS, how about you? Audiobooks or physical books?
What's up, baby? It's funny because my daughter, they had a book fair. And like book fair books are like, I know they get some of the money goes to the school, but for the most part, they're a gigantic ripoff, right? Like $10 for a book that I'm going to see at a thrift store in a day for $1. So it's like it's really hard for me to allow them to buy books because I'm like, you can just buy this for $1 in like a week. Like I'll find it, trust me. Right. And so we've started going instead like the happy medium. Let's go to the library. We'll just go get the book that you want. So me and my daughter, baby. The oldest daughter is reading this Dragon Girl series about these girls that turn into dragons and save Magic Forest and shit. Like it's like LSD, dude. It's this LSD trip. And they just wrote it down and put little kids as like the stars. And so we're reading these books, and we went over there. And so we went to go get it. And a friend of mine that I went to college with is a teen author, and I saw her. What? I'm going to read one of the books by her. Got it. Been sitting on the shelf. My daughter has said 7 times, Dad, when are you going to start reading your book? Dad, you should probably start reading your book. And I was just thinking about this. I'm like, you know what I should do? I should get the audiobook and just listen to it because I would listen to it because I listen to things all the time, like all day, every day. You know, that's what I do. Listen to shit. And so I'm like, maybe I should do this instead of listening to Stuttering John yell at Sal the stockbroker for the 17th time. You know, maybe I should listen to something new, expand my mind, learn something. You know, like. You know, you guys have seen, you know, the behind the scenes MSS here. He's doing things. He's a little more motivated. He's got things.
He's moving. Yeah, I love it.
Shaking. He's trying all this different stuff.
Pressing like, a lot of buttons.
Not done yet. Not done yet. Maybe I should listen to some books, motherfuckers. We'll see.
Tracy, just to dovetail on your point about having the physical books, if I really like a book, I will get the physical book, reread it, mark it up, fucking put post-it notes in there and shit that I want to try to remember or go back to and revisit at some point. I'll do that with books that I really like. But I feel like you can churn books faster with the audiobook because you're doing stuff. You can ramp up the speed of how fast they're talking so you can kind of get through it faster. And you determine what books are worth like going back at again. And there's some books I've read 5 times, you know, whatever, or 10 times. And some you get halfway through and it's like, fuck it. I don't care. I'm out of this book.
Beef, I will tell you though. So like part of it is like, so if you know, you've given me some books before or recommended some books to me and I listen to those. And usually the stuff you listen to and cheers to Senor.
Oh, thank you, Senor. Bless you, my friend.
Look at him using emojis. Look at him.
Oh, it's beautiful.
There's
He's the best.
Usually the stuff you read is kind of nonfiction. Correct. And kind of like a lot of times I think a few that you recommended to me came with like PDFs along with the thing with like charts and shit.
Usually the shit I'm into, that's right.
But some of the stuff I listen to is more like I listen to a lot of Star Wars books and stuff. Dude, the production quality on a Star Wars book, on an audiobook is outrageous. Like they have a score for it. They have like sound effects and everything. Yeah. Like it's a different thing than just like reading a book. Like, and I know like everyone's gonna be like, oh, you can't imagine these things or whatever. I could, but like, fuck, man, I'm driving. Let me just pay attention to that. I'm not very good at that. Let me just focus on that.
We'll talk about that more later.
Probably. MSS, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing great, and I had a lot of things to do, a lot of things that went on today. I couldn't meet you for lunch. Very rarely do I ever say yes to journeying outside my house during the day, during the hours when my kids aren't around, because I'm like, I got to do things I want to do, get some shit done. Today, I was like, I have done all the shit I need to do. I will go. I want to go out and have lunch. We're going to go out and just have a good time. And literally 40 minutes later, my daughter calls from school for the second time and says, Dad, I'm ready for you to pick me up. I don't feel good. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Oh, shit.
And she was already sick on Monday, like could not keep anything down. Yep. Well,
you know it,
I
baby.
mean, to be fair, it's true right now. She was sick on Monday, couldn't keep anything down, was throwing up. I kept her home Tuesday because I was like, she's threw up all day yesterday, didn't eat anything yesterday. Let's give her a day to recover. She can do all her homework. So she did all her homework, and then we went back to school on Wednesday. Wednesday's there today. This is where all these things happen. So she comes back. I'm driving her home. I was raised by a woman, my mother, who questions everything I do, anything I do, will have me repeat the things. She's like interrogates me. So I'm interrogating my daughter as we're coming home because I'm starting to feel like maybe she's really not that sick because she didn't seem so sick when I picked her up. The story changed about 6 times in the car. And finally, she just says to me, Dad, I made all that up just to see if I could get away with it and come home. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I was impressed that not only that it worked, but also that I was just like, dude, I had something I wanted to do today. Like normally I didn't fall asleep on the couch watching some movie, like, okay, good. Right. That's whatever. But like today I was like, I was going to go meet up with a buddy. I was going to have a good friend and have a chat about 108 business and then come pick you up, and I got played, Sal. I did get played. And so now it's like she doesn't understand. And I tried to tell her later. I was like, listen, if you do this, I'm not going to trust you. And trying to earn back my trust later is going to be much harder than just having it right now. Like, it's going to be really an uphill battle. And I think she understands that. But I'm going to take away all her TV shows this weekend just to make sure she understands it. That's what I'm doing. So that's how I am.
Martial law, baby. You got
And shout out to my daughter, my youngest, who was in a show tonight. She was the crab in this old drunken Irish song that they were all singing in pre-K4. And she was the one that went over and dug out the boat out of the mud. It was great. It was fantastic. And that was it. Yeah.
Cheers to K-Dog.
Thank you.
The Matt Ramsey Power Hour podcast featuring Matt Ramsey coming out soon, I guess. I can't wait for it.
I think it's
going to be on. It's on right after what Unprotected.
That's right. Billy Wire's going to be the first guest, is from what I heard.
Oh yeah, that's great. All right.
Well, since you guys aren't going to ask, I'm doing fine.
Oh, I thought you already talked. You talked so much about seeing
I'm doing
Dale
fine.
stealing all my stuff. I thought you'd already talked.
Treasy, how are you, my friend?
Doing good. I'm doing good. So I was reading this article my dad sent to me, and it's about this lady in Harvey, and she was head of food services for some school out there, and apparently had this scam going for 2 years, where she was from the food services company. She was ordering all these fucking chicken wings and putting it on the school's tab, picking them up, and then they never got to the school. I went to every site I could find, and on none of them did they say where the chicken wings ended up. It was like $1.5 million in chicken wings. That's that is beautiful. A lot. There's a lot of chicken wings, right?
That's a sweet racket right there.
For one, I think food crimes should be going way up with the price of food right now. It's escalating. You should be stealing low and selling high with food right now. But the thing about it was there's no evidence, I guess, of what she did with these chicken wings. Obviously, she didn't eat them all herself. She would be 9 million pounds. So she was back channeling these chicken wings to somebody.
She's got a network. She has an entire racket, like White Sox Sal was saying. Chicken wing racket, baby.
So there's a whole underground for chicken wings.
Do you think our guys at Wings and Rings got any of these chicken wings?
Man.
Because
maybe. Who knows?
I gotta say, I bet stolen chicken wings taste better than regular chicken. If you know they're stolen. If you know they're stolen. And so I think we might have eaten them and not really known. I wish they would have told us, hey, by the way, these chicken wings I'm bringing you out right now, I got these on the black market. These are black market chicken wings. I would run
cut us in on it.
Are these bald eagle wings? What are these? I would be very excited to have found that out. No one ever told me. Maybe they didn't get in on it. So either way, I feel like I missed out.
Treasy, how much you think So she got 1.5 million in retail sales worth of chicken wings that that never ended up there. How much do you think she made off those chicken wings reselling? Because you got to sell them at a lower price in order to make this
penny
racket
on the
work.
dollar, right? You gotta,
something short like.
So $250,000.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, right?
You know what though? I saw that Bernie Madoff documentary, and those guys funneled all those billions of dollars, and so she probably got like $17K. She's probably like, she's like, you know what? You don't have to get too crazy. Let's just go with $17K.
You know what we should do, like, forensically, is like take a look when she got busted, and then see how quickly a local chicken wing place closed down. Because then you would know. You'd be like, wow,
or at least increase their prices significantly. It's like, right? What's going on here?
All right, we got a couple drinks, a couple nice ones here.
We got to catch up.
Thank you, Nathan. I'll let Beef read that.
He said,
I can't read.
I tried the interrogation routine with son one time. When I picked him up from school, he responded by throwing up in my car.
Oh my God!
It can go wrong like that. No, that's good.
Yep. That's what I was waiting for. I took a bucket with me because I figured she was going to throw up.
So you just pissed in it anyway because you had to piss, right?
I had to. I had to show her who's boss.
You guys are more prepared than me. I was out with Beef one night, and I wasn't thinking. I saw how wasted he was. I put him in the very back corner of a van that we were in.
Bad news.
He threw up in the back corner. That was and that one, that's on me.
Yeah.
That's not on Beef. That's on me. All right, we got another one from Chris McGowan. Cheers to Black Market Food and Booze. Agreed.
Chris.
Bless you, Chris.
Thank you very much, sir.
Chris also said he wanted to
today out of Dale's cart.
Said he wanted to put our conversation on books on 1.5 when he was listening to it. So,
Dude, I listen to most podcasts on 1.5 at least.
Do you?
Yes.
Interesting.
I'm a 1 1/4 guy. I'm a 1 1/4 guy.
You should hear the intro to the Sox Machine podcast at 1.5 speed. It's awesome.
Oh man,
it's fast.
I bet you that's trippy. Yeah,
it's like a speed metal version of whatever. I don't know what song it is, but
hello and welcome to Sox Machine Podcast. I'm Josh Elston.
It does sound a lot more like they're saying Sex Machine when they're at that speed, which is
so much.
It makes it even better.
I still wanted to play that as their intro song to that first panel at 108 Day Live, but I was like, man, I'm gonna get a lot of backlash if I do that because it would have been so funny though.
I'm not going to tell you which podcast I listen to at this speed, but there is a podcast that I listen to at 2x.
Oh, dang!
Oh,
I'm
wow.
Like, the talk is slow enough where I'm just like at 2x, I'm still right with everything that they're saying.
I like my X's 3x. I like 3x.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. You love the Magnums, don't you? No, I mean, I'll listen back at us at 1 1/4. I'm way too fast at 1 1/4. Like I talk fast just in general.
I think I've started talking faster because I listen to so many fucking fast podcasts.
Man, maybe that is.
I shouldn't be listening to things at 2 speed because then I go to work and I'm just screaming in people's faces like I'm coked out of my mind.
Gotta have high energy, baby. Let's go.
You're like the Micro Machines guy over there. And it's like,
this guy's really passionate about this.
Brewhan Luke says, I have no idea how to even make a podcast go 1.5 or whatever you guys are talking about.
God.
Wonderful.
Glad you're teaching America's youth.
Luke is totally high right now.
Very Luddite. I love it.
Up.
Yump, it's not you. Thanks for listening to our podcast.
Bless you,
Yump. Shit. Yump.
Yeah, you guys, I'm not listening to you at 2 times.
No, I want to take that all in. I want to take it all in at once. All right. MSS, you gonna pay some bills or what?
Let's do it. It's February, and that can only mean one thing. In just 2 weeks, you'll need to get a great gift for your significant other. That's right, Valentine's Day. Now, you can go the traditional route, spending too much on flowers or heart-shaped boxes of candy, or you can make a fucking statement, a real statement of your undying love, and buy your partner a newer used Mazda from Mazda of Orland Park. Red roses are so tired. They'd rather have an all-new Mazda CX-5 in that brilliant soul red that is only available from Mazda. The CX-5 comes standard with all the bells and whistles you can imagine, featuring all-wheel drive, 17-inch aluminum rims, and rain-sensing windshield wipers that are smarter than King Nam. I mean, that's amazing. All new. 36. Whoops. Just went right through the line. Sorry, my bad. There we go again. All new cars feature 60 months, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty, and a 24-hour roadside assistance. You won't get a deal like that from a chocolate box. So head on over to www.mazdarolandpark.com and browse their online inventory. Right now, they have 122 new and Mazda-certified used vehicles for sale. And while you're there, you can also request more information about specific vehicles, file your trade, or inquire about financing. Whether you're from the Chicagoland area, Northwest Indiana, or Southeast Wisconsin, they would love to have you visit and test drive a Mazda today. Mazda of Orland Park, home of the Zoom Nation. 8910 West 159th Street, Orland Park, 708-444-3200. Zoom.
Oh, beautiful, my friend. Beautiful. I did hear when you said I went right through that line.
Yeah.
I looked up because I was like doing something over here. I looked up to see if you had been like,
yeah,
went right through that line.
I would have done that better. Sometimes like it gets, you get a little bit confused. Like, this is the first time, first read for February. So we'll get better. I'll get better.
Cheers, Herb. Thank you.
Thank
you, Herb. Bless you.
And I agree with him. Make sure you hit that like button.
And subscribe.
Absolutely. Turn notifications on, do all that shit. I had a great injustice happen to me just right now. MSS fucked up the ad read. Teresa E opened a beer during the ad read, but I can't use the pooter during the ad read. I can't give a little like that during the ad read. I get yelled at. You guys, you're fine. I see how it is. I see you're getting up on me.
I had to get him back for all of his noises during my intro.
That's true.
Son of a bitch.
This was not about the sponsor. This was about me going at MSS.
Sweet.
But I do want to talk about something now, guys. I do want to talk about some White Sox stuff.
Ooh.
And we got to talk about a certain guy who writes for The Athletic who decided to give the White Sox an F for their offseason.
Woo!
And
wow.
So first, I want to kick this off by saying that this is a great job by James Fegan. Not that I necessarily agree with the grade. Wow. But every other writer at The Athletic was too big of a pussy to go extreme. I looked at this and I was like, you know what? And we're a few days after it.
Yep.
Everybody has talked about this on their podcast.
Yep.
Fegan wanted to get people to dissect the offseason. And this is how you do it. You put an F on it. The guy, Aaron Gleeman for the Twins.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing a B plus? You do an A plus, and you say, and you use MSS's words, and you go, look, we cucked the Giants, we cucked the Mets, and then we swindled the Marlins. Go big on it and say like we did all this stuff. A plus. That way you like get people talking about it. Like who's talking about like a C? Like a C or a C minus. Like no one gives a shit about that.
Right.
So that's why I like that he did that. But what do you guys think about the grade? And I'll start with MSS.
Oh, well, you know what? I think him giving it an F, especially reading all the other people's grades, right? So I was like, I see an F and like they're the only ones that got an F. And there's a couple D's. I feel like, and then there was like a lot of A's, and I'm like, okay, what did the other guys say about their teams, their respective teams, and like what was he grading on? And because I saw somebody tweet, he didn't even grade them the same way as all the other people graded their teams, and so I went to investigate, and it's true, he did it exact as everybody else. Now, what I think him giving them an F is complete and like total bullshit. Like it just didn't seem like this offseason has not been a total and complete failure, which an F is. And it's weird, but F and failure begin with F or so failure begins with F. Anyway, the 120 is hitting. Let's just say that the 120 is hitting.
Balls are about to fall off.
So I'm hesitant to go too far down like my defense of this right now because I don't know if we're there yet. Let's get what Loaf thinks about the F grade.
All right. Absolutely. So, boys, I wasn't sure if, and I don't want to even judge this, if James is being honest about what he actually thinks from an analysis standpoint, or if this is just some other things. But I would want to say, if someone like us did this, everyone would be screaming it's clickbait. This is like a clickbait thing for a guy who has a great reputation as far as writing and bringing you what he thinks about things and doing it in an earnest way, right? He's thoughtful in general the way he writes, and this was hyperbolic, like you were saying, Treasy, kind of spiking the ball. So I wanted to try to get inside of his head a little bit here. And I was going to ask you guys, I want to push it back to you guys. How much of this grade for him is just frustration over Clevenger because he can't do what we do, Treasy?
So let me talk about that for a second, because that was the weird thing to me about. So each of these guys got like a paragraph, right? I mean, like that's all that was given to them from The Athletic, because there's 30 teams that they've got to fit in this article. So they get a paragraph each. Fegan spent most of his paragraph on the Clevenger thing. And I thought two ways on this. I thought this obviously pissed him off. It's fresh. He knows the fan base is pissed off.
Yep.
And he's throwing the F because it's a combination of being frustrated and like he wants everybody to talk about this. Right. Mm-hmm. And so like I that's one category.
And he kind of can't do it the way we can do it or the fans can do it.
Exactly.
Treasy.
Exactly. And he knows he's just lighting the fuse. Right.
Yep.
Like, and if that's the case, I love that he did it that way. The other case is a scary scenario, which is a scenario where he's mad about that because he knows something and knows that the org knew, right? Like if someone within the org gave him that information, that's when you would spend very judgmentally spend half a paragraph on that, footnote the actual the other signings, right? Like, and that's what worries me like a little bit. I think that's just like my conspiracy theory mind, like thinking like 8 steps into it. I think it's more the first. I think it's more that like he wanted people to really dig into the offseason and think about the offseason, think about what they've left open, which is the same stuff they always leave open, right? Right field and second base. So and we lost Abreu and all these things, and then really think about the Clevenger signing. But that's
so Treasy, can I go in on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's where I wanted to head, but I didn't want to get there too quick. I didn't want to come too quick. I had X-Men in my ear, and he was telling me, just take it easy, Steve. Move it in. And my
MSS don't come too quick.
But I totally took it. So this is, and that was like the footnote in his thing. The Andrew Benintendi signing was good. Okay, well, the Andrew Benintendi signing is something that they drastically needed to do. You have a guy that's coming in that can actually hit the ball and not hit a home run, hit the fucking ball, get a base hit, move runners, something that we desperately needed last year. Maybe hit a double. Something that we didn't see
crazy. Something crazy like that.
Let's go nuts, right?
God bless. A double would be great. I would love it too.
Right? A home run or a fucking single is all we had last year when it came down to it. And that to me is wrong. That was what he signed for. Okay. He was good. I don't know if he's going to be a savior, right? But he's going to give us something, and he's, it's good. We're also, the thing that we're not paying attention to, and I know that we've talked about it, but like, now this moves Aloy out of left field, so he's not in the technically supposed to be like a better position for a non-seasoned outfielder. Folks, I'm sorry, Aloy is going to be an outfielder probably next year in platoon it, but probably with a Gavin Sheets, who I heard today is not an outfielder either. But both those guys kind of played their way. Well, Sheets definitely played his way into a position on this team for the coming season. Aloy is going to be in right field. That Treasy, don't do that. Let me go with my thought. So anyway, we're moving into this. Like, so he's going out there. Now, you also take the guy that was playing left field for an injured Aloy in Andrew Vaughn and move him to first base, his natural position. Now, this is another twofold situation. First, we don't have to hear everybody saying, oh, Andrew Vaughn's not doing what he's supposed to be doing because he's playing left field and he's all worried about it. That's gone. Now he's in his natural position. He can smash the shit out of the ball with no worry because this is what he's supposed to be doing. He was signed
allegedly
to play this position. Yeah, see, I know, but it at least gives us a little bit more ammo. You know, we can rambo it back up at people who are like, you motherfucker said he couldn't hit shit because he was playing left field and he was worried. He was going to make a mistake. Okay. But now he doesn't have to do that. So you move him to first base. Now, these are two offensive powers that should have a much less stress, create on them during the year, created just from that signing. So for a guy that like Fegan, and I hope you're right, Teresa, I hope he was just doing this to get people to talk about it because he's smart enough to understand this, right? If MSS understands this, like it's very easy to understand because you can see that these things are sliding into these places, in different places, lubed or not lubed, and it might be better. So I am like of the thought process that this was not an F. I don't think it's an A. I don't think it was a B. It's probably a C.
I do want to clarify that I think Fegan was truly frustrated with the offseason, but I think that the F is to get people talking.
Okay.
More because so. Let me give you an example. Let's get this drink first. I don't know if we did this yet, but thank you, Julie. And Beef, give a fart noise. I think you already gave one, but give
I made good, but there's no reason not to do another. That's one of the best ones I've done.
So MSS, I like your points there about they did things to improve the team, right? Like they did. They made moves that should make the team better. It's up for debate if it truly will.
That's up to the players.
There's certainly things on there that I don't think are the case. I don't agree with your thing that Gavin Sheets has won a position on this team, but I plan to blog about that. So we'll leave that one for the
you got to let that one simmer, Treasy.
But MSS, let's do this. I'll take a look at the Dodgers, who got a C-.
Yeah.
Right. And let's kind of compare and contrast the C- versus the F. Right. So the Dodgers are a very good team.
Great.
They're a very good team right off the bat.
The best org in the MLB.
But they lost Trey Turner, who that's a bigger loss to me than Jose Abreu, right?
For sure.
And
it is.
What they're doing is backfilling it with their young talent. Now, I like Gavin Lux, but Gavin Lux is about a 2.5 WAR player. You're moving him to a tougher position, and Trey Turner's like a 5 WAR guy.
Yeah, he's
right.
He got paid big.
That's not replacing him, and then you're putting an unknown, or not unknown, but an unproven talent at second base, similar to what the Sox are doing. They lost Justin Turner, but they added JD Martinez. That's good. They retained Clayton Kershaw, I think 1 year, $20 million. Mm-hmm. They lost Tyler Anderson and Andrew Heaney. They brought in Noah Syndergaard. Now Noah Syndergaard sounds great, but
right,
it's a little mid now. He's a 4. He's a 4, right? I mean, that's where he slots into the rotation. He's behind Gonsolin, right? I would guess. But so let's give it that. And then they lost Gallo and Bellinger, which don't seem like a big deal until you look at who they have in their outfield now. Because Mookie Betts, incredible. Chris Taylor, pretty good. Trace Thompson starting in center field. I don't like it.
See if that's how it ends up, but it might be some platoon situation, but you don't know.
Well, you could go to your 4th outfielder, Jason Hayward.
Oh, yes. J.A., baby. So, the Dodgers are the best at fixing a swing. I would love to see it.
and honestly, in a similarity to the Sox again, they have to pay out Trevor Bauer because they let him go.
Right. Yep.
Which fuck they should. Every team should stay away from that dude. But this is all happening, right? All these things that I just described.
Yeah.
Well, the Padres are going out and spending. The Padres got like their 4th great shortstop on their team now. Like they just have a ton of depth now in that like prized position, right? Because they got Machado, they've got Tatis, and now they've got Xander Bogaerts. And if you're a Dodgers fan, you're looking at that going like, why are we doing this? And you look and it's crazy to put the Dodgers and the Sox in the same position, but it's because of money. They're trying to get under the luxury tax.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? So, like, if you're the writer for the Dodgers, C- is harsh, right? It's
very harsh.
It's a bad grade. But You give them an F so that people actually talk about it.
But their fans know better. Their fans know that's not true, Treasy. They know they have the number one farm system. They churn fucking talent, and they get guys for dimes on dollar and turn them into good players. I want to flip the script on you a little bit, Treasy. You brought up a point about James Fegan, and maybe potentially he knows something, and that's why he's mad about stuff. I think this is the opposite. Who had a glowing blog out there the day before this news came out about Ethan Katz and all the stuff they're going to do with Mike Clevenger, and it was a Mike Clevenger-centric article. James Fegan did. He had egg on his face. I wonder how much of this frustration, this additional frustration with him, two-pronged, boys. I want you to analyze this. Yes. Number one, it's a well-known fact with the White Sox beat reporters, they don't get any scoops. They get no Joe Cowley level scoops like he used to get back in the day. All that shit goes to national guys. Tim Anderson wants to talk, he goes to a national guy. Lucas Giolito wants to talk, he goes to Chris Rose in the podcast, national guy. They don't get any of that shit. How much of it is frustration like that and him getting egg on his face with that article? And second prong with Fegan specifically, we know he's a real White Sox fan. He's been a White Sox fan forever. He'll tweet shit about his mom being at the game, drinking beers, and cursing out the Sox. Like, there's a White Sox family. He's loved the team for his entire life. I just feel like the frustration angle is so strong here that I kind of agree with you, Treasy. Yeah. I don't know if the analysis is real, but I'm glad he did it because he at least got it out, you know?
Yeah, no, you make a great point about the article. I forgot about that. And that is a great point that is something that so that's one thing I want to say about it. The other thing I want to say about it is that I forgot to mention that the Dodgers also got Dylan Covey.
All they need to do is add Carson Fulmer. It'd be perfect.
That was one of the things in my notes too, is that I thought this was just a knee-jerk reaction to the Clevenger thing, and I also did not know about the story, and I think I actually read it because I did participate in buying The Athletic again for $1 a month, just to read like at least three blogs. They got me so far. Like, they're definitely making their money now, and if this is how James Fegan is going to go the rest of the year, like, I'm probably going to read more of his shit. If he's going to try to make me think, and make me like argue with people, that'll be great. So yeah,
I think Fegan always does a good job, which is why like there's a part of me that like wants him to have done this a little bit out of the like everyone talk about this, because we need to talk in that direction. Beef, what did you think about the actual grade itself, though? Like, where do you land on if it is an F or not?
I mean, I don't think it's actually an F, and I don't generally think in off-season grades. Like, I generally don't. I just think, like, did they leave stuff undone that I would like them to have done? Yes. Did they take care of some things that I wanted them to take care of? Absolutely, yes. I was looking at how many people were agreeing with the F grade after James Fegan put it out there. And you want to get to some drinks before we get down this
I do want to get to this one because MSS, this is the most accurate shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. Yeah.
Dougie Fresh took me a minute, but just figured out. Like, Beef is dressed up like Pip from the movie Airheads. Cheers, boy.
Cheers, Dougie. Thank you. He just needs like a flannel shirt, sleeveless flannel shirt with a collar, and he would be like, that would be Adam Sandler.
That's tied around his waist. That's tied around his waist right now.
That should be my Halloween costume. That's a great idea. I love this idea. Thank you.
You can be the ugly version.
You got to bring the pool equipment with you. You got to bring the pool.
Oh, hey, not to go too far off, but like Pippin is going to be at a Benny's loaf. You should go see him. He's your buddy. He's your favorite guy.
I read the book. I'm good. So when you get back into the grade here, Treasy, like my thought was I saw a lot of fans agreeing with the F. Agreeing with the F. And I know some of you probably were thinking already, I fucking hate this offseason. This is the worst offseason ever. And that's fine. You have a grace period from Beef Loaf. But I want to check some of you who are putting the F out there, who I saw previously getting your jeans all creamed up about Pedro Grifal's hire and the process and clearing out the coaching crew and these hitting gurus are here and all this stuff. This is going to make the big difference with the team. If that was you cannot have an F, no matter what the Mike Clevenger thing was, and we'll get to that in a second. You're out. No F for you. Okay. If you were also blubbering all over yourself about what a complete player Andrew Benintendi is and how he fits an obvious need and how access more power, because he's in a home run friendly ballpark and he's such a smart baseball player. He'll switch his swing and do all, and then now all of a sudden, and he's a Gold Glover. He's a good defender, and now you're giving the F. also you need to fucking check yourself there. Look, the Clevenger thing is bad. We all know it's bad. However, fifth starter doesn't mean shit. A lot of fifth starters crap out. Some of them come in here and are negative WAR. Him going away and us getting some of the salary back might be better than him actually fucking pitching. Yep. I'm telling you, that's how low value this shit is, right? So I hate Clevenger's guts. We all think he's a huge troublemaker, and that was a bad thing. But the moves that they did make that you were slobbering over earlier, that doesn't erase those moves. They're still there, and you still slobber. I watched you drool all over yourself about Pedro Grifol winning the press conference while we were over here laughing like winning the press conference doesn't mean shit. Just remember what you thought before, and don't automatically, follow the crowd and slap that F. Stick to your guns with what you had.
Yeah, I mean, if you listen, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, MS. Go ahead, MS.
I was just gonna say, like when you start listening to podcasts immediately after the Pedro Grifol's hire, everyone was like, "Here we go. They're going to have a change of pace. Everyone's going to start hitting again. Everything's going to be better. It's going to be better." And I'm sitting here going, no, I don't think that's true. And then Mike Clevenger signed is like a project fifth starter for $12 million, right? It wasn't like we signed some ace and he like let's just say like a Dallas Keuchel signing. Okay. It wasn't like we signed Dallas Keuchel to a 3-year contract and he did something like this. This was like a 1-year guy. He's a piece of shit. Okay, we can jettison him out there. We were hoping that maybe we could get a bounce back from him, but we're not. We're probably not going to get that, and he's probably gone. So like, it's not really. I don't know. Like, it doesn't seem that should outweigh all the other good stuff. Now, what were you going to say, Teresi?
I'm going to say let's do some drinks here.
Okay.
Thank you, Gordo. He says, "Cheers, boys."
Cheers.
Gordo, bless you.
Got a good one from Bardo here.
Yeah,
Husky
nice.
Bardo comes through. He says going to be an F plus once Nicky Lopez is traded for.
Yes, Naperville's own. Hell yes. Thank you, Steven.
No, I mean, like, I'm just gonna, I would just be piling on. Like, I think there was so much chatter about all the coaching hires and how great they were and everything. Yeah. I mean, even like I was like, when Chris Johnson got promoted, I was like, can we like let Pedro pick some people? Like, why are we like pushing more people from within? Like, I got a ton of people telling me, no, he's great. He's the one that you want.
Yes. 100%.
Him and Ethan Katz, they're the ones you want.
Yeah.
Okay, well then we kept those guys. We got these new coaches. You love it. F.
There's your F.
Whoops.
The most important thing, the guy who ruined last season, according to you, they replaced him with some shit you absolutely love. F grade. That's what it is. And I'm not saying you can't think it's an F. You could think it's an F, but if you were thinking all that shit, it's probably not an F to you, really. Like that's the approach here,
or you got to think about what were you thinking? Were you bullshitting?
Yeah, maybe you were bullshitting yourself. Maybe, and you realized it at this point. I'm just trying to get into the psyche of all these things. I don't know the right answer. I don't know what the right answer is. Maybe it is an F. And some of you out there were F the entire way. You're like, Benintendi sucks. This is a brand new manager. He might not be shit. And that's cool. You guys, you were on it. You had the F immediately. And some of you were blubbering and crying and drooling and having a good time. And you came your pants. But now you're back to F somehow.
I honestly, if I'm grading Rick Hahn on an offseason, I'm giving him higher than an F just because he didn't spend $50 million on the bullpen. Like, just keep throwing bad money after the bullpen.
Why is Kenny Williams Jr. part of the front office?
And we all know the answer.
I think you can figure that one out. Yeah, exactly. On, he's an assistant, whatever the fuck. I don't give a fuck.
That's the funny thing. Someone said that to me, and like it's funny, right? Like it's a nepotism hire, and it's like, but what? Tell me what the fuck that position is. I have no idea. He doesn't do anything. So what? So this doesn't matter. So someone's getting like $100,000 to do nothing. I don't care. Why should I care about that? I mean, like, I've worked with people who made more than that and did nothing, and that directly affected me. I'm
one of those guy. I'm one of those people.
Get more to that later.
We got another thing. Jerry, I gave the offseason a D for not making any trades and only signing one good free agent. I give the 108 an A. Cheers, boys. Jerry, I hate to correct you, but they did trade for a reliever, believe it or not.
Gregory Santos? Yeah. We're not going to count that one since he went straight to the minors. That doesn't matter.
We're not going to count it because I just said that they didn't do anything for the relievers.
No, you said they would spend $50 million on that, and they did not. They did
Rule 5 and they did a little trade.
They did trade a player for him.
Yeah, that's right.
Any other parting thoughts on the grade?
I mean, I like that he's like putting this content out there, and I hope that people take a look at it, Chirizi, and have an intellectual type discussion about it, not just regurgitate the same bullshit and say, "Yeah, that fucking sucks."
I love that.
Agreed.
Point.
If you're doing that, then you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like because it's just the same shit over and over and over, and it's tiring. It's tiring to read. It's tiring to see. You know, like you have to see something that is at least a little bit positive, or at least give them a nod to the things that they did right. You know, like I know it's embarrassing that Andrew Benintendi is the highest paid free agent player ever. That's totally embarrassing. Okay, it is. But you need to give him credit where credit's due. Like you slotted something in that doesn't just fix one problem; it solves a couple other problems also. Hopefully. But the players need to like perform the way that we thought the players are going to perform. We cannot like every year say, yeah, well, once Luis Robert gets going, then we're going to be fine. You know, once Eloy's healthy, we're going to be fine. You know, like these guys need to fucking figure the shit out. Like it's like you can be the best coach in the world, but if your fucking ACL is torn, fucking ACL is torn, bro. It's torn.
Oh man,
that's all I got.
I love it. I'm not gonna add anything. You got something, Beef? You're good. We're good. MSS, tell us about these beautiful hoodies.
Oh my goodness, boys! Look at this beautiful thing. It is a heather denim blue. It is the most popular selling shirt, other than the one #108 Wave Sucks sweatshirt. You guys have been yelling at me. My sock summer. We need a zip up. We need a zip up. Here's a motherfucking zip up. Now, if you're not a big Wave Sucks fan, guess what's on the front? The 108 logo in white and red. This is the first time we have ever put a background on the 108 logo to make it pop for a sweatshirt. So, folks, get your 91. What is it? Was it like nine? It was like the 87, 89 White Sox color Wave Sucks sweatshirt. It's warm. It's a low price of $45. You go over there from 108.com. Click on the sidebar link. There's a merch shop link right there. Get in there. Get your pre-order in. We're going to order these sons of bitches up probably next Tuesday. So Tuesday is going to be the cutoff. So make sure you get your order in before Tuesday so you can get one of these sent directly to you. I have sizes extra small all the way up to 5XL. Apparently, now here's the but. Here's the but. The 4X and the 5X will be a navy sweatshirt. It will not be the heather denim, but it will be a navy sweatshirt. Will still look dope as fuck. Will look great. But those two sizes are not going to be the heather denim. The other ones, all heather denim, baby. So make sure you go over there and get this. It's going to be the hottest thing in fucking September that you see in the 108. So not September. April. Let's say the hottest thing in April. September, we'll have a new sweatshirt by then. So yeah, go run over FromThe108.com. Click on the side link. Pre-order now. Pre-orders in on Tuesday. So quicker the better.
Awesome. And you could, if you didn't catch the website, you could just go to wavesucks.com and that'll work too.
Oh dang, goes right to it, huh?
Yeah, I forgot about
SUX.
That. Yeah,
WaveSUX.com. That's you could go right to that sweater. That's when you just land right there. It's beautiful.
It moved when you said that, Chirizi.
You know, we're trying to do good stuff here, man. We're trying to do good things. All right, fellas.
Appreciate it.
It's been a while since we did this, but it's time, man. We got to bring it back.
Absolutely.
We got to bring it back. We're bringing back Last Call.
Woo!
All right, last call for alcohol, boys. Not really, but
no, it's not. No.
We're gonna get into this. I'm gonna kick this one off because I've got a fun question for you guys. And if you guys are not familiar with Last Call, each guy just brings a topic. We talk about that topic, but I'm gonna throw it out to you guys. What is something that you do adequate enough, but compared to others, you feel like you do it poorly? Right? Like, so I'll give you an example to get you guys to get the ball rolling. Like typing. I type horribly. Like I'm
home
fine.
row,
like,
Tracy, you got home row or no?
Rarely. I can home row. I don't feel comfortable with home row as much as I do just like throwing my hands around like a maniac. I type perfectly fine though. Like, I mean, like it's never affected my job. I've never been in a position where I'm like, I'm not typing fast enough. Like I've never had that, but I watch someone else type and I'm like, I can't do that.
Treasy, just to be clear, Treasy, this is stuff we are mid at, right? Like we're so mid.
Are you gotta speak to MSS in modern vernacular. That's how hip and cool he is. It needs to be approached like that. Treasy, what was your how many words per minute, Mr. Kellis's class, sophomore year deal cell? How many words you got there?
So this is where the problem all starts.
You see? Yeah.
This is where the problem all starts. This was I was taking that class during basketball season.
Yep.
And I hurt my wrist. So my right hand.
What did basketball have to do with that?
I was going to say nothing.
Nothing at all. I wasn't even on the basketball team anyway. No, but you were like I had a sprained wrist. And so like I couldn't even like really do the typing stuff. And so like I was doing what I could, and like that, like you never go back and relearn it. Like you're just like, oh, this is with me for the rest of my life. This is how it's gonna be. And so I sucked in that class because I had like a wrist brace on.
Yeah. Yep. So that's it. You had one opportunity to learn how to type, and it passed you up because of an injury, and that's it. You just never learned.
I blew it.
I mean, I don't know about you, though, but like most of my typing speed is definitely because of my wrists. It's not my fingers moving.
Not
where
my
they need to
fingertips,
go.
right? Exactly.
It's my wrists. If my wrists are moving and I don't have a brace, I mean,
you put on a big wrist brace and you type real well.
I could probably do okay.
Chris McGowan's right. You should have gone to summer school for typing, Treasy. You fucked up. This is your problem, all right?
But here's the thing. I don't need to type that fast.
Let me drink.
What am I? I'm not a court reporter. Like I just
a dictator.
I type at work. So
you might be better on their typewriters. They're different.
It would.
The court reporter.
Honestly, so far tonight,
like
you found out that I
Ps.
can't read and I can't type.
Exactly.
They have 7
amazing
keys,
I've
but
lasted
Treasy
this
smokes
long.
way too much weed, or used to smoke way too much weed. To remember what the keys meant, it would be like, we can't read these. And you'd be like, yo, sorry, bro. It's really floating.
That's how I get in the zone, man.
Vino's comment earlier about you being our illiterate king, totally right.
The wrist felt a lot better. So, MSS, go ahead. Tell us yours.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Where to start? I mean, I was in a band for years, and I play guitar, but totally mid. I learned power. I was starting to learn chords and then realized there was power chords. And then I realized if I have a distortion pedal and an electric guitar, why do I need to play a chord with 5 strings? I can play it with 3. It seems a lot easier. So like, yeah, definitely we had 3 guitars in the band. I was definitely the rhythm guitar guy, like I wasn't even like, sometimes I just did the wah pedal chickas, that's all I did. Like I didn't even need to like play real stuff because those guys were good. Definitely, and Treasy, you know this more than anybody, I'm definitely the most mid graphic designer you probably ever met. Like I'm just not. I've never really pushed myself far. I have recently, because I've noticed it enough that they're like, oh god, this is embarrassing. Jeff Muggs is just cleaning up on me here. I got to like put some shit out there to like remind Jeff Muggs that like, hey, this is my fucking lawn. You can't mow the 108 lawn, motherfucker. So yeah, I gotta like come back and fight.
So your image was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, it was for sure. And all the porn star ones are really good too. I mean, look, like porn star or player, I do really good at those.
Absolutely,
and
excellent.
Then,
yes.
And then like the last thing, I'm 100% a mid dad. Like I haven't fully bought into being the role model that I should be or the father figure that I need to be with my daughters. So hopefully I can get there. They're young, they're going to be 7 and 5. So I'm getting there. Actually, they might. No, 7 and 5. So yeah, we're getting there. But yeah, so like there's a lot of things that I just am not that good.
I can't let them get away with the mid-dad thing. MSS, we're all flying blind. We're all just trying to make sure we don't steer our children into an atrocity, into like a terrible life. We're just trying to like make sure, and then we get out of the way and don't influence them into something dumb. Like, it's a trial and error thing. Don't beat yourself up about that.
I hope so. I hope it gets better. We'll see. What about you, Loaf?
Beef. How about you?
You know what? The thing that most of the people in the comments here, well, some of the people in the comments here, and that you guys and a lot of people on the internet get to see me do all the time that I'm below average at, but I keep doing it, I keep pushing out there, is writing. I am just an atrocious writer. I've got ideas that I want to put out into the world, but I put them out there in such a like ham-fisted way because I don't really know how to write. And I try the best I can to like reformulate and work things. But like you guys edit some of this stuff. It's like, what the fuck is this piece of shit? It gets the thought across usually, but it's bad writing, just tremendously bad writing. And so I'm self-conscious of it, but I want to get the ideas out there. So I just trudge through it and say, okay, fuck it. I'm not good at this, but we're gonna try to get this fucking shit out there.
See, I disagree with that. Like, I don't think that you're like a writer in sense of like if a, you know, like the Athletic or someone would we've talked about this, or the Tribune or something would be like, I want you to write this article, right? No. But I think that you are able to convey your messages in your voice. Like you could, like, I can hear you when I read and you have like a million dots that like in the middle of the, like, a million periods
and really big letters for no reason of someone's name that doesn't really mean anything, you know, like,
but I know you're yelling it. Like I know that like it all feels like you write the way you talk. And so, like, I never have a problem with that. I have a problem with how many fucking words you spell wrong, or how many or how many times you just like don't ever read back what you did, and then go like, guys, I finished this blog.
That's it.
I don't.
I mean,
I'm in a hurry to do it. You know, that's part of it. Yeah.
So I'll say this, Loaf. Before I send a blog around you guys to be like, hey, I wrote this. Like, I've read it probably 17 times. Like I will read through it several times just to like reorganize things or do whatever, because I do the same thing. I have like the run-ons or whatever, and like use the same word 6 sentences in a row, and you're like, what the fuck, MSS? Why? What are you doing? Why do you?
Well, that's redundant. Allegedly? You don't want to say that. You know, like, you don't want to say that too much. You know.
But yes, no, I get you. I get it, and I agree with your brother. Like, yes, you can hear you saying these things. You can hear, like, there was a writing style.
All of this is not helping the argument. That it shows how fucking mid I am at this. Like, you're really, you guys are like laying it on perfectly that I'm super mid at. Like, you write exactly like you talk because you don't know how to write. No, and that's my. You know what it is? That's my style. That's my style.
I didn't want to say it, but I wanted to finish the sentence. Say you write like you talk, and you talk like a fucking idiot.
Put that on a shirt. You know, somebody will buy that. Fuck. Oh,
thank you, Kirk.
Cheers,
that was
Kirk.
very sweet
Kirk's
of you, Kirk.
Not a chance, Beef. The articles are great. Only need a few more F grades.
I'll give out some F grades.
I wouldn't give you an F grade. I think you do good at what you do.
We've all eaten really great F meat if we've ever been to La Bamba, so that's all that matters.
I can't wait till our next trip.
All right. We got through that one. I was my other one was going to be cooking. Like I cook just fine for myself to eat. Okay. I wouldn't feed it to anybody else.
I'm with you there, Treasy. I can make a couple things, but I'm not really.
I mean, who would think that the guy that hates every condiment around like is good at cooking?
You like salt though?
Good,
you just use a lot of salt for stuff.
Well, but
I make a bitchin' frozen pizza. All right, I make a bitchin' frozen pizza. That's all I know.
If you don't like eggs, you can't cook. That's what
I like eggs in things. I just don't like eggs on their own.
I mean, you don't like them neat.
Like those are the easiest things to make ever, and taste so goddamn delicious when they're fresh.
Man, eggs are
good.
So good. They do not. That's a fucking lie. And you know, I might just leave right now before I let you do yours. But go ahead, MSS. So it's your last call.
So hey, this is my last call, and I had to write it out because it's a big one. Ever since Loaf has been talking about the gilfs, it's got me all worked up for that delicious treat, the Werther's Original. When the sadistic assholes at Jolly Rancher ended the cinnamon fire flavor, your boy had been looking for a replacement. While on a shopping trip to the Aldi's, I saw a bag of Werther's and thought, what the fuck? Let's try this out. Bought a small bag that went pretty quickly, so I upgraded to a bigger bag, and that's where the problem started. I was flush, so that delicious caramel candy, I was popping them like Tic Tacs. So much so, some days I would eat so many while I was driving around. Like, I'm not even shitting you, sometimes 15 Werther's Originals in the car for like 45 minutes. I'd just be like, just popping them in like nobody's business. Because when you crunch them, like they feel good on the teeth. I don't know, there's some weird, thing like when you're just chewing those things. It's odd, it's weird, okay? So last week I had to tell myself in the middle of the week, I'm like, dude, you cannot buy any more Werther's Originals, like, because you are just eating them like Tic Tacs, and you can't eat Tic Tacs. They have no calories. These things have calories. You don't need to be eating this much. So I've been binging on it. I need to stop. I'm done. So this is my question. What's something that you had to tell yourself, like, it's not really hard or bad for you, or not really causing any, problems for you, but you just had to tell yourself, I need to stop doing this because it's just ridiculous. Like, I should not be eating 15 Werther's Originals in 45 minutes driving around in my car. Like, what's something that you said, okay, I can't do this anymore? Like, any other, there's tons of examples. Like, I shouldn't read, the Babysitter Club books. I'm not a babysitter. Like, I shouldn't watch this show on TV. Who knows? Like, what's something that you had to quit, that was just embarrassing?
Well, in high school, I had to quit masturbating so that I could actually learn to type.
So man.
No, you know what? I think one for me is like, and this was a habit that I've had for like a really long time, and I still probably drink too much, but like coffee. Like, so I would drink like coffee all day at work, like to the point where it's like 5 o'clock. Like, some people are starting to leave the office. I'm still there, and I'm like, I'm gonna have another cup of coffee before I go. Like that, like having that much coffee, like just a coffee all day. And like, coffee in moderation is not bad for you at all. In my opinion, it's good.
Yeah. You don't want to be coked
Having
out.
it all the time is terrible.
Yeah.
Like, that is just like, that shouldn't be the only drink you should be ingesting. So
Cornsy's up in the chat saying you used to drink more coffee?
way more. Wow. Way more.
Used to masturbate a lot more too, apparently, until he had to learn how to type.
Well, you don't know that.
Hard to tell.
What do I have to type now? I don't have to type much.
Right. You use a lot of emojis, so you can do that and jerk off.
But like that was, it was one of those things too, where it was like, it became like so much part of my day of just like, okay, I want to get up from my desk. I'm going to go do this. And it would just be me walking and go and get coffee and then coming back. Like, that would be like my movements during the day. And like, now I still drink, I don't know, probably like 4 cups of coffee a day or something, which is I think excessive, but like, it was way more
too, though. Yeah,
it was way more than that before.
Wow.
So yeah, what?
Were you like the real skinny? Was that like the skinny Chirizi?
This was like a few years ago, man. This is like
no, it wasn't
like 2018, 2019.
Man,
okay.
Coffee's fucking delicious. You're right about that, Treasy. Like, at a certain point, coffee goes too far, can give you some issues. I generally stay beyond that, but I have a high coffee tolerance, just like you do. I can drink a lot of coffee without it bothering me. I go right to bed after a bunch of coffee. Like, it gives me the boost in the morning, but it wears off after a while. So
yeah, the morning boost is good. I like that.
It's so good.
Pick a big one. What about you, Love?
So, oh my God. I mean, I have many. Like, Twitter is an obvious one. I probably shouldn't be on Twitter so goddamn much. Let's see. French fries. Like, I have to literally tell myself, you're not getting French fries this time, okay? Because I could just get a whole entire meal that's all French fries. I just get 3 orders of French fries, large fries, and just smash the shit out of French fries. So terrible for you. And I'm like, and I love French fries. I want to eat them at every single goddamn meal. And it's like, dude, this is how you ballooned up, man. This is why 108 weight loss is necessary for you every goddamn year. Like, I don't know. Booze is another example. I'll probably drink way too much wine. I've been buying hundreds of dollars worth of wine almost every other day that I've been tweeting out and letting you guys know. I got some more buying sprees coming up. I don't know. I mean, I'm excessive in everything. I have a lot of stuff that's like, I shouldn't sit at the stoplight in my car and look at my phone. And then I look up.
Oh, everyone does that.
How fucking long has the light been green? Like, no one's out here, so no one beeped at me.
Oh no.
Well, no, it's not when I'm driving, Treasy. That's a real bad thing. I'm talking about when you're at the stoplight and you're looking at it and you're first.
Driving.
Oh, you're watching.
No, I got my foot on the brake. I'm driving, but I'm not moving.
Okay, you are driving.
I'm at the stoplight. I'm looking. And I look up, I'm like, holy shit, the light's green, it's time to go. like these are all bad things. I I got an excessive personality. This is just the way
French
I am.
fries. The French fries thing, I feel.
You felt that?
Like it was maybe a week or two ago. I went to Portillo's and they gave me accidentally gave me 2 orders of fries, and I was like, oh, they gave me 2 fries. I crushed both of those. Like there was,
of course you did. No question.
There was no chance that I was going to be like, I'm just going to throw these out. I can't eat 2 large orders of fries. So I looked at it like I can't not eat 2 large orders of fries.
I want to order 2 or I want to order 3. Like I want to get a bunch of fries here. Just give me a big plate of fries. And if I don't finish them,
I don't need the sandwich.
The next morning, I'll make some eggs. I'll make the eggs, and I'll put the eggs and the fries together. And I'll have like a big egg and fry hash thing like going. You see what I'm saying, MSS? You see that?
Your brother just threw up in his mind. It was beautiful. Just watching his face.
I'm out.
He was like, he was like, yes. Yeah. Oh no.
No.
Not the eggs. Don't put the eggs in there. But it was like there's cheese on there. No. Cheese and eggs.
It was like Clarence Williams III, and I'm gonna get you, sucker. Yes.
Love
yes. Well.
I like that tweet that went around this week. They're like, what the fuck is going on in Japan's McDonald's, where they had that picture of Ronald McDonald with the fries coming out of his G-string, and it looks like his pubes, and it's like, dude, come on, man, it's Photoshop, bro. Like no one advertises pubes to eat, not well. Maybe
I'd eat
Japan.
Those fries.
Maybe
I would
Japan.
eat those fries.
Maybe Japan is. I don't know, man. It's weird over there.
And I'm terrified of Ronald McDonald.
Yeah.
Oh,
but not orange pubes. You're good about that. now everyone's busting my balls in the
Luke's
comments.
going to be in my DMs now.
Sacred Sock says, you're a celeb beef, got to keep up the Twitters. And Jerry O'Sullivan says, once you've hit 10K followers, you have to keep up with the people.
Yeah,
no, I think this is when I have to slow down. I got to slow down.
No.
I'm going to go too fast.
Don't do that. I
enough.
had a good mojo going, and then I slowed down, and people...
They just didn't care. They stopped worrying about whatever you had to say. Huh?
Exactly. So don't do that. Don't do that. I mean, try not to get to 20,000 followers, though.
Why not?
Well, I mean, you can.
That's the next goal, baby. Keep
I
going.
just don't want you to die. I love you. I don't want you to die.
All right, Beef. What's your last call?
All right, so I'm going to let you guys pick. I'm gonna let you guys pick between 3 categories. First one is old things that I held on to. Second one is a great old message board forum post, and the last one is my bad parenting.
I'll let MSS pick.
I'm intrigued about the message board thing, but I think it's probably gambling related. Is it gambling related?
Kinda, but not completely.
So I can still get in on that, but not like down. And the first one, what was the first one? Because the first one was
old things I've held on to.
Old things you've held on to. I'm going to go with the message board thing. I'm going to go with message.
Let's do it. Yeah. Okay, so I have continually put out there an old message board post that I absolutely fucking love. I've tweeted it, retweeted it 6 different times, and it has gotten 0. And I tell you, 0 fucking likes. And I am under the assumption no one understands the post. So I'm going to put it up on the board. I'm going to read it to you guys who are listening on the podcast feed and see if you believe it. So this is from Old 2+2. This is from 2009. This is from 2009. It's from a poster named I'm Still Ben. This is on 2+2's forum. And it says, Cliff Notes, if this thread were in high stakes, no limit. So high stakes, no limit means high stakes, no limit poker, right? And it says, J-Man 28 posts a hand where he 4-bets 5 deuce suited pre-flop. Tom McAvoy is a poker writer. We'll put quotation marks. Says 5-2 suited is a bad hand. J-Man 28 details his accompanying reads, assumptions, and math, showing the play to be correct, generally giving way too much insight for a public forum. Tom McAvoy says 5-2 suited is a bad hand, and J-Man 28 is bad at poker. J-Man 28 laughs and returns to crushing. Do you guys understand the moral of this story?
No.
So he's got 5-2 suited, but he's describing a scenario in which he looks around the table, he knows what's going on, and he says 5-2 suited is actually a good play. That's why I've bet it 4 times.
Correct.
And the other guy takes it in such a serious, not serious, but
he removes all the context.
Such a vacuum that he says this hand is never playable, despite the fact that like guys have won the World Series of Poker on the last hand being like deuce 7 because the scenario just called for them to play that.
This forum post for me was beautifully applicable for today because my Sock Summer was once again weathering the storm of the stupid multi-tiered ticket thing throughout the stadium. And my Sock Summer on this very show spent 10 minutes explaining in great detail why this was not a big deal. A lot of teams do it. They're flexing certain prices. Some people are going to get a little more of a deal. Some people are going to lose a little bit, whatever. And if you're in the know, you will be able to circumvent around that. Again, we had blatant Tom McAvoy saying adding tier pricing is a bad hand out there. And you tried to explain to them, an expert, you tried to explain, no, I've done all the research, all the work. I know exactly what the fuck's going on. And some people out there just don't listen. And I take this because all of you who are out there on the internets, you might know a lot about something and you try to explain something to someone. A noob, we'll call them, or someone that is less sophisticated than you in that one particular point, and you will get back 5-2 suited is a bad hand. So I put this out there like 6 times, and not one person has pressed the like button because I think they haven't understood the concept here is that, like, don't assume you know everything. If an expert at something is trying to tell you something, maybe you should just listen. And that's the moral of that post, and that's why I love it, and that's why I retweet every once in a while, and everyone ignores it.
Yeah. Well, yes, I appreciate that. And I appreciate you coming in and jumping around in there with us because I get all the naysayers that are just like, you're Jerry's burner. And it's like, man, dude, that's my D, bro. And that's about how bad it gets, because it's just like, no, like you're whining about the same shit we whined about 2 months ago. Get over it. You
spend 80 of the 90 minutes on the show clobbering the White Sox. You spend 10 minutes saying, "Oh wait, this is not that bad," and then it's like, "Oh, you're a stand for them."
And the thing is, you got to be fair. Like Treasy, we got to be fair in our criticisms, right?
We just want to be fair. How about we want to be fair?
We have
it's not even that.
There.
It's not even that. It's not even that. And that's I think the point that's being missed about how these two things are common is that you're not just telling people, hey, look, everyone else does this. This is how it works now. Yeah. You were saying, look at how it works. This is how you game it. You sit in row 17 instead of 16 because it's $10 cheaper. Buy those tickets. Right. Those are the tickets you want. It's like that's you're gaming the system. And people are refusing to listen to that part. Just like in the poker analogy that Beef is making, it's like there are situations where you can make a lot of money by having a hand like this if you can read the table.
Yep.
Reading the table of like row 16 is more expensive than row 17 is not even close to as fucking complicated as what Beef's describing, and people still have the same reaction to it.
Treasy.
That's the point.
Exactly. It's like complaining about the freaking car rental tax in your home state where you own a car. Like you already own the car, but you're like, God damn, that car rental tax is way too fucking high, man. I don't know. We got to do something about that. It's like, when are you going to use it?
And commenters, I apologize. We went a little highbrow there. I will dumb it back down again. I'm normally right in the dumb back down area, so I apologize for anything.
I like that we have gotten Gabe to not miss Twitter anymore. He's like, I don't want to listen to this rambling bullshit that's on there. So we were welcome for that, Gabe. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Gabe, you should have hit the like button on that post. I wouldn't have talked about it.
All right, Beef, now that you've bored everyone to death,
we'll wake everybody back up.
I think it's time for the thank yous. It's time for thank yous or GFYs. So whatever you got. I'm going to start with Beef. I'm going to go right back to you. Redeem yourself.
I'm going to redeem myself right now. I'd like to GFY the entire United Kingdom, who in August of 1995 bought more fucking copies of Blur's Country House than Oasis's single Roll With It. Fucking ridiculous. Put yourselves in timeout retroactively. Country House sucks balls.
Wow. I'm don't even know how to react.
Redeemed.
Beef, you are
Holy
going
shit.
You're going a furious fuck tonight.
I'm feeling myself.
You 3-cheeing tonight?
I'm not explaining it.
He's
look it up, motherfuckers.
He's using up all his good stuff on the au jus, and then he comes with this weird shit.
This is my good stuff, man. I let the guests talk on au jus.
It's great. I think it's a great thing to say. It's a great GFY. I think that was great, honestly.
I do like Blur. I got to tell you that. All right. MSS, who are you thinking? Who you GFY?
All right, you're going to have to follow this then, bitch. All right, so my GFY is going to go out to all you motherfuckers that saw this tweet that I put out on the 108 account. Now, I don't get hardly sexual on the 108 account because I'm trying to be mindful of the people that are on there. But when my man Sox, it's Ox Woods right now, when he posted that the White Sox picked up Brazzers as their jersey patch, I was like, I can't let this lie. I need to put up a picture of Luis Robert looking like Pedro Serrano, and I put this up, and yes. And this was the tweet, and I said we were 100% behind it, and we're excited, and I put my guy Luis Robert with his Brazzers G-string standing next to Elsa Jean, who is a very popular porn star that neither Loaf nor Chorizy know, but that doesn't matter. They're happily married man. Okay. They probably don't watch as much porn as unhappy married men. So anyway, this tweet received 2 comments, 9 likes, 2 retweets, and was looked at by 6,000 people. Now, what you're telling my Sox summer here, people. I'm telling all you that didn't like it, this is my GFY, okay? You're telling me, my Sox summer, do not do original thought. Do not put out something that is nice or different from the status quo. Do not go into a journey into a different area and try to bring us into something else. Make a joke, be funny, whatever. Okay, what you're telling me is that I should do something like our guy P. Knowles did when he retweeted, "I'm still mad about this tier ticket pricing," because that received 30,000 views, 24 retweets, and 297 likes. And folks, if you can't see this, okay, you need to go get your eyes checked, because people are just regurgitating the same shit so you can get outraged and mad on Twitter and not think. This ties into the James Fegan thing, but James Fegan maybe was trying to make you think. P. Knowles just wants the clicks, baby. He is very, very greedy when it comes to clicks. And as Loaf has pointed out already, our buddy, Josh Nelson gets all up in the mix and was like, "Okay, Chief, but look at section 110. Okay, well, one fucking section doesn't happen, or it's a 3-tiered section that it falls outside of the status quo of only having 3-tiered sections in behind home plate in good seats. I'm sorry, Josh. They fucked up, okay? They don't do a lot of things well, as you know, because you tweet about. Yes. So it's just listen, if you want me to go low-hanging fruit to get the clicks, I'll do it. But I'd rather make a Photoshop with Elsa Jean and Luis Robert in a very sexual manner. Didn't put black on there because I didn't want to do that. But I won't do that anymore if you continue to not like posts like that. Okay, my creativity will go out the window, and I'm just going to regurgitate things and go for the low-hanging fruit. So go fuck yourself. All the people that didn't like that tweet and did not give me the needed support I needed in my time of trying to do something fun.
How many people liked? How many people liked that tweet?
That one that I did?
Yeah.
9 fucking people.
So you just GFY'd Earth population -9. Yep. That's who you gave a GFY.
You know who I want to be in a fucking foxhole with? Those 9 motherfuckers that know who Elsa Jean is. Now, I'm going to watch my booty hole, but I'll be in a foxhole with those motherfuckers.
That took a weird turn.
Wonderful.
120, baby.
All right.
Treasy, close us, baby.
I want to thank the ESPN and The Athletic for not including Oscar Colas in their top 100 prospect list. Let's ease the pressure on this young man. Let's get those Rookie of the Year odds really nice and high for us, and we're going to bet that. We're going to take advantage of it, and he's going to come out and be a great player for us. And that's how it is, and that's the way it's going to be. Yes. Love you. Bye.